And we coming back to you with episode 16 of the Meech and Colby podcast. Once again, we're going Meechless. I promise you guys he'll be back one day. I'm not sure when it is, but till then, we got you with my boy Jamie. He's in as our guest. We're talking NBA, some Marvel, all the good stuff. Jamie, what's good with you?
What up? What up? Excited to be here.
He's excited to be here. We're gonna be talking some of the new Marvel content that's gonna be dropping over the next couple of years that they announced a couple weeks ago. NBA season's been back and rolling mighty good if I have to say so.
Definitely.
There's been some good games, and you just ready to get into it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So last night was kind of like a crazy night in the NBA. We're recording this with what's today, January 29th.
December 30th.
Oh, December 30th. I'm just kidding, guys. Uh, so we just watched the Bucks blow out the Heat.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Blow out the Heat last night. Giannis didn't even get double digits in numbers. I don't think.
No, and they set a record for like threes in a game or something.
Yeah, most threes in the game by the Bucks yesterday. Butler didn't play, so that's obviously a big thing for the Heat. But what do you think about last night? Do you think it was a statement win for Milwaukee, coming back to beat in Miami, who just owned them in the playoffs last year? What do you think?
Definitely. They seem to be missing something. I think Drew Holiday is filling that role pretty nicely. He's doing well this season, so I think he's taking over a pretty high position for them and doing a good job at it. So
Yeah, no doubt. They definitely needed somebody else. He's probably their last member of the big three, but Middleton wasn't that dude. I don't think that off-ball guard that Giannis needed.
right.
But I think Holiday can really. He's a great defender. One of the more underrated players in the league, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't know what they might still have him moving them before the trade deadline because I feel like they're going to try to trade away Dante DiVincenzo because they already tried once in that Bogdanovich trade that failed.
Oh, right,
So
right,
we'll
right.
see what happens with them. But I think Milwaukee. Oh, I don't know, man. Speaking before we even get into winning the East, let's talk about the Nets, man. They've just been smacking teams, and they
Yeah.
ran into the Hornets though, Lamelo's Hornets. But the Nets came out good. They beat the Warriors. They beat them down opening night. Took care of the Celtics the next night. Kyrie and KD got rid of their old team. Their little like bad ghosts behind them.
Right,
So
right.
they're moving forward. So who? The Bucks are looking good. The Nets are looking good. I mean, who's your favorite coming out the East? One of those two teams?
Yeah, probably the Nets. I think as long as Katie and Kyrie stay healthy, their bench is doing pretty well, and I don't think anybody can stop them.
Yeah, the loss of Dinwiddie is going to be huge, but I feel like once you're so that top heavy with KD and Kyrie, it's a big loss, but not too big of a loss for them.
Right.
Levert off the bench is still an amazing six man of the year caliber player, no doubt. He obviously when KD and Kyrie sat a couple nights ago, he just led the offense.
Right. Yeah, he surprised me with his playmaking in that game. I was not aware of how underrated he was as a playmaker. So
Yeah, they just gave him the keys to the offense. No KD, no Kyrie, no Dinwiddie. It was just kind of him and just role players around him, really, and they couldn't get the job done. But
yeah, and even when he's coming off the bench, they just kind of let him do whatever he wants out there when
yep,
with the bench squad.
yeah, I like that bench. Him and Jared Allen off the bench. Probably one of the best bench duos in the league. If we're talking best bench duo in the league, though, I think probably the Lakers have it. Schroeder and Trez.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
think anybody can
top
compete
top
with that?
runners top runners for 6 man of the year last year. So uh, that is a pretty good pick, I'd say.
All right, sorry for bragging. I just had to throw that in there. But back to the East, man. I think, yeah, I think right now my favorite. I hate to do this, but hate to agree with you, but yeah, my favorite's got to be the Nets too. KD looks 100%. I've never seen somebody come back this crazy off an Achilles tear, but he's just been balling like crazy, hooping like crazy. I don't fact check, so I don't know if there's anybody that came back off an Achilles tear as nice as this, but he just looks as good as he used to be, like when Golden State KD or even OKC KD.
No, definitely, yeah. He's doing his thing like he's always done, and with Kyrie as another piece and that bench squad, I think they're going to do pretty well.
Yeah, that bench, man, that bench is loaded. They took care of the Celtics a couple nights ago. Then the Celtics just battled the Pacers back to back. They split them 1-1. The first game ended with a bonus and one for the win. Then on the other end of the floor, they called the three for Jason Tatum down by one. As a Celtics fan, What do you think they should have done with the ball 5 seconds left? If you were Brad Stevens, what would you have called up?
I'm calling a Jalen Brown ISO, and he's getting a bucket for the win.
Deep three?
Absolutely not. He's
Yeah,
taking it
no,
to the
that wasn't a
basket.
great call by Brad Stevens.
Yeah, Brad. I don't know what he was thinking with that call, but I think he gives Tatum a little too much freedom with his shot taking. So hopefully we can rein that in and get some better shots.
Yeah, I just would have penetrated the basket, tried to crash the boards or something, try to get a tip in instead of
Right.
that deep three. What they did.
Yeah, something a little more simple than a step back three.
Yeah, who was he dancing with? Tatum.
Brogdon.
Oh, it was Brogdon.
Yeah, he said after the game, he said, "Oh, I knew what he was gonna do. I knew he was doing it the whole time, but I don't know. He looked a little shook."
For real, Brogdon clamped up right there, and that they were without Oladipo that game, right?
Right.
Then they got Oladipo back last night, and the Celtics took care of business. Pacers kept trying to nick their way back in, back and forth game. But Pritchard was probably the unsung hero for the Celtics last night. If you're a Celtics fan, he might be another steal of the draft, a Pat Bev, Caruso, Marcus Smart type dude.
Definitely.
He looks scrappy out there.
Yeah, I think the Celtics do a pretty good job drafting. They seem to find steals like that all the time.
Yeah, in the late rounds, they get dudes that they could develop. The Time Lord's gonna come. One of these days, the Time Lord's just gonna get minutes. They're finally gonna let him play
Hopefully.
over Tice, but I just don't think the Celtics are ready to take the East this year. In my opinion, even when Kemba comes back, even if Kemba comes back 100%, I still don't think they're ready for the East, especially with those two top dogs I said. Yourself?
No, yeah, definitely. Even if Kemba comes back, definitely a liability on defense, and his scoring, I'm assuming, isn't going to be uh, up to what it was in previous years,
With
coming
Charlotte,
off
right?
injury, right? So I don't think the Celtics have it this year, but definitely maybe in the future.
I know what you mean. Some other teams out east that are starting off hot, the Cavaliers are off to a hot start.
They are. Did they win?
No, they lost last night,
Uh,
unfortunately, but I think they're 3-1.
yeah, they were
But
3-0. That's why.
you think there's any chance that the Cavaliers are a playoff team? Maybe they make that playing game, the ninth seed?
Um, I don't think I've seen enough from them yet to say that they were a playoff team. I think they just had a good start. Kevin Love injured.
Yep,
Uh,
out for a few weeks.
yeah, so that's going to be big for them. You saw Larry Nance step into that role pretty well though,
No doubt, no doubt.
and but no, I don't think they are a playoff team yet.
All right. Well, I know it's really early in the season, but they start off 3-1, and Westbrook's Wizards started off 0-4. Who ends the year with the higher seed?
Um,
Wizards or the Cavaliers?
let's see. I think I got the Cavaliers ended up with a higher seed. I
But and
think
neither of them making the playoffs.
no, I don't think Westbrook. I don't think Westbrook's going to make the playoffs this year. I think he's still finding his role on the team, helping them win. He's putting up numbers, triple doubles back to back, whatever. But they're not winning games, so obviously that's not what he needs to do.
No, I know what you mean, and he's been getting the triple doubles, but his efficiency has just been terrible. Like I'm a Westbrook fan. I hate the dudes that just bash him for his shooting, but he's shooting terrible.
Yeah, but I mean that's what he's been bashed for his whole career is his efficiency on
Yeah,
scoring. So
no doubt. And I thought Beal would maybe be able to. He's Beal's still playing just as great as last year. He's still playing really good, but I still don't know if the Wizards have enough to make it into the playoffs with Westbrook.
yeah, I think they just need another piece, maybe a competent big who can maybe even spread the floor a little bit for them as well, but
Yeah,
have a little presence in the paint. Um, but yeah,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. No doubt. Like a Miles Turner or Brooke Lopez would fit that role for them, but I don't know if those guys are available out in the trade block.
no, me neither.
I don't know, man. But if I feel like if one of those teams were to be the higher seed, I would go with the Wizards, just because I feel like they have too much star power to really fizz out like that between Westbrook and Beal, and the schedule has been kind of tough, but so hasn't the Cavaliers so far. Cavaliers have been playing good basketball. I honestly don't see neither of them making the playoffs either, but I'll take the Wizards as the higher seed.
That's fair. I guess I didn't take Beal's production into account. He's probably going to step up like he did at the end of the last season. The Wizards weren't doing very well. He came up big, dropping like back to back 50-point games or something like that. So
True, he is just a straight bucket. Straight bucket. Moving out west last night, the Suns absolutely destroyed the Pelicans. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton weren't even the leading scorers. It was Jay Crowder.
Yeah, Jay Crowder was doing some crazy things last night. Step back threes, looking like a new man.
Yeah, man. I'm not a big Jay Crowder fan at all.
Me neither. I wasn't a fan when he was on the Celtics, and I mean, glad he's doing well over there in Phoenix, I guess. But
And I feel like he's a player that everybody hates too. He's just so dirty on the low. Like he's just a dirty player, man. And yesterday they were like after the game, Chris Paul was like, "I've always had mad respect for Jay Crowder."
he was lying.
I was like, "Bro, you're capping, bro."
No, definitely.
Dude's always like putting people in like arm locks and stuff. He's But the Pelicans are looking good despite last night. Zion's looking really good. Even
Yeah,
last night he put up numbers, but despite they were empty numbers, obviously, because the Pelicans weren't looking too great.
yeah. I think they just lifted his minute restriction, so I think Zion's going to be playing a little bit more, putting a little bit more production. So
Yeah,
hopefully,
who's the number one on that offense? You think Zion or Ingram?
no, I definitely still have Ingram in that top spot right now. Maybe next year, or depending on how Zion plays this year, they'll default to him as the number one. But right now, definitely still Ingram.
Yeah, man, I feel like the Pelicans are trying to force it on Zion. They're just trying to really force everything on Zion. Obviously, last year they didn't play him a lot with the minutes, but this year they're really trying to make him be the number one option for everything. And I think Ingram's still that dude. He's not a vet, but he's done it before. He's just a bucket. That's all he's gonna do. He's living up to that mini KD
Oh yeah,
comparison before he was drafted. People were saying he's KD esque, and he is. He's just a straight bucket. Obviously, he'll probably never be as good as KD ever was, because that's like top 20 player ever.
right.
But I think Ingram is probably still the best player on the Pelicans right now. Like you said, in a year, 2 years, it might be Zion, but I think Ingram, his game is going to be his game for his whole career. This game that he has right now, I feel like he's just going to be like a great number two option on a championship team, a bucket, and he's great. He's a decent rebounder, decent playmaker. What does he average? Like 4 and 4, probably around those
Yeah,
categories. I'm
yeah,
not
four
really
and four,
sure off
five
the
and
top.
five, something like that.
Yeah, so I like Ingram. I like Ingram over Zion, definitely.
Yeah, I guess you're right about later years. Zion, is gonna be jumping around doing his crazy athletic thing now, but later in his career, obviously, that's not something that exactly promotes longevity. So,
Speaking of that, Ja,
oh,
one of the dudes
Ja,
who's reckless.
yeah,
Out of this dude just runs wild. He runs wild, but he actually got hurt on just a simple. He was defending someone on the land,
yeah,
and he's out for a few weeks at least. At the very least, the Grizzlies are without Jaren Jackson Jr. and Ja now, and I think their playoff chances this year are probably done.
yeah, dwindling definitely. Depending on how quickly Ja comes back and at what level he comes back, maybe they can sneak through in a low seed, but
Maybe eliminate the playing tournament
yeah, something like that. But when is Jaren Jackson supposed to be coming back?
like February ish.
Oh,
That's when they're gonna reevaluate him, type
yeah,
of thing. So
yeah. Unfortunate string of events for the Grizzlies, but
yeah, they were looking like a playoff team all last year. Then Jaren Jackson got hurt, and the bubble happened, and just wasn't looking good for them. And doesn't look good for them this year. But they do have a promising future.
yeah, a
And
lot of young players on the come up. Kyle Anderson did his thing
yeah,
when
he's gonna fill in a role good.
John Morant got hurt.
Who do you think benefits most from Jaren Jackson being out? A guy like Clark, Dylan Brooks, maybe.
Yeah, maybe Dylan Brooks. I think he was putting up some decent numbers after Ja left the game. Uh, yeah, Brandon Clark was getting some more touches as well. They'll get some more minutes, be able to showcase a little bit more. So, but
Yeah,
definitely the Memphis Grizzlies have a bright future ahead of them.
yeah, another team with a bright future, a deep future. It's not going to be bright in the next couple of years. Will be the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have been playing pretty decent. Shea has been leading them kind of by himself out there. Lou Dort's been helping, no doubt. George Hill's been playing pretty decent for them. And I just don't. Thunder are probably, in my opinion, the worst team in basketball this year.
You
Right? You
think
think
so?
so? I
I
would probably in the West, and it's really just Shea, man. SGA is their only player. I feel like
Yeah, actually, I think that's a fair assessment. They're, I mean, if Lou Dort's your second best player, I'm not sure
Dude,
you're
Lou
exactly
Dort's
doing
been
things right.
clamping. I don't know who else worst teams in basketball. The Knicks, maybe the Pistons, and Thunder. I think those are probably the three worst teams in basketball.
I mean, who do the Pistons have? Blake Griffin
And D Rose.
and yeah, and old D Rose. But
Yeah, man. So the NBA is in a pretty good spot right now, just for equal teams. I feel like there's a lot of teams to compete, especially out west.
I think
What?
the Knicks are at least on a come up though.
Yeah,
You
no,
know, Julius
RJ.
Randle's doing his thing. RJ,
Oh yeah, Randall took over last night with a triple double at the Garden.
yeah.
No doubt.
So I think their worst team in NBA days might be,
The
uh,
laughing stock might be over for the
yeah,
Knicks.
might be coming to an end. So
Yeah, true, man. The Knicks just need a real revamp. And it looks like that they're starting to get it. They're starting to get the rebuild. They messed up. They had Porzingis. They let him go, but maybe they got something special going on now out there. So
yeah, hopefully they can figure things out. You know, you don't want to
and
see one team be the worst in the league for forever.
no, I know exactly what you mean. The Knicks have been struggling for a while since Melo left them. Really,
No, yeah, definitely.
they haven't been good ever since.
Melo's still doing all right over in Portland.
Yeah, running six man out in
Yeah,
Portland,
still doing his thing over there.
and I was gonna say Portland came out and beat the Lakers a couple nights ago.
Oh, I thought
Healthy
you were upset.
LeBron, healthy Anthony Davis. They came in and they gave him the work. What
I
do you say
s-
about that? Is Portland the top three seed in in the West? Charles Barkley bet like I think he bet $100,000 for Portland to win the West.
oh jeez, I did not know that. No, I mean, I don't know. Portland's been a good team for however many years now, but they just don't seem to finish. They don't seem to finish well. You know, CJ McCollum's been playing great this season. You know, Dame's always going to do his thing, but I don't know. I don't know if they can close out. They don't seem to ever do it. So
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's kind of hard when your best two players are both small shot creating guards who don't play too much defense.
right.
And Nurkic is pretty one dimensional. He's just kind of like an old school big. He does have a little bit of a jump shot, but adding Robert Covington was huge for them, kind of helping them guard the guys like LeBron, Kawhi, those bigger guys, those bigger forwards.
Right,
But
bigger forwards.
I'm with you there, man. I think Portland's just gonna like I don't want them to blow it up, but I feel like they're in the same situation every single year. Make the
Exactly.
playoffs, win a round, maybe two rounds, and then just go
Yeah,
home.
scrape by the second round and then get eliminated. So
Yeah, then run it back with Dame, CJ, and a bunch of other people.
yeah, they make some decent moves in the offseason, change up their supporting cast, but I don't know if they're gonna get it done with Dame and CJ.
Yeah, I think it might be time to move on from CJ, man. Get Dame some help, some real help. No offense to CJ, he's a bucket, but him
Which
and Dame are just two.
yeah, just not what they need. It's too similar.
Yeah, I think they play too similar of a role. So we're gonna move on from the NBA. Move on to some new MCU. We got like about 12 minutes left. We're gonna be talking about all the new stuff that's coming out. The Disney release launch. So much more Star Wars coming out too. We'll be getting to soon. But the new Falcon and Winter Soldier we already knew about. It's gonna be out in a couple months. WandaVision comes out next month. But they dropped so much exciting stuff like the Marvel What If series, an animated series going on. Um, Armor Wars is something that I'm excited about. Anything that top of the head that you're really excited about?
Definitely the new Doctor Strange movie. You know, as you know, the Doctor Strange. That's my favorite MCU character. So I'm excited to see that new direction that they're going with it. See
Yeah,
what develops
breaking
over there.
barriers.
Yeah, definitely that. The Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm excited to see. You know, I like that group. So and those movies have been pretty good. So um, definitely those, and then the Thor movie because he's supposed to
Yeah.
have them as that supporting cast. So
Hopefully my boy Korg is back. Shout out Korg. I'm excited for that Thor, bro. Thor Love and Thunder. Yeah, I see that Valkyrie's the new Queen of Asgard or the new King of Asgard or something like that.
right,
Whatever they want to do with
yeah.
that title. I'm not gonna judge. But yeah, I hope. Oh, do you want to see Fat Thor or do you want
No,
normal Thor back?
dude. Fat Thor was my least favorite part about
What, bro?
about. No, I hated it. I hated it. I want to see Thor.
Being
Normal
all
Thor doing his thing.
all right. I want like Ragnarok Thor. Like I want him funny though.
Right,
I
right,
don't want
right.
like the serious Thor from the first
No,
two.
funny. Normal Thor is okay.
All right, all
Fat
right.
Thor was not a fan.
And then there's gonna be the She-Hulk show. I don't know how that's gonna go down. I don't even know who's in it or anything like that, but that'll be interesting. She-Hulk. I always wish Hulk could get his own movie again, man, because they really flopped on that
Yeah,
first one. But I guess there's like some fight with like Universal owns half the rights or something. But
yeah.
I guess they got She-Hulk, so
Always some money thing.
yeah, man, it's always about the money. Spider-Man 3 is all about the money. But with the She-Hulk, what do you want her to be? You want her to be dumb like the original Hulk, or you think she's gonna be smart like New Hulk?
No, I think they're probably gonna stick with the smart new Hulk
Yeah,
theme.
no, I know.
Like being able to talk and everything like
Yeah,
that.
I would. I don't like what they did with Hulk, man. I liked him just being a big dumb.
Yeah, they did go a weird direction. They kind of incorporated, like, kind of made him one person rather than separate, like Bruce Banner and Hulk.
Yeah, man, I like the big dumb green guy. He just like destroy stuff, and like he like shrunk too, right?
Yeah, no, they definitely downsized him.
He's like just not like scary anymore.
Well, when he's talking about taking selfies and quantum physics, he's not exactly
For real, dude's
scary.
like eating fish tacos
Yeah,
the size of like his like many fingers. But they're coming out with so much better stuff. Spider-Man 3 obviously has so much anticipation behind it.
right. Bringing back the old school actors, so
Yeah,
I'm
the
excited about that.
big three's coming back. A lot of villains are coming back. Doctor Octopus by Alfred Molina. I think William Defoe's Green Goblin's coming back from the first Spider-Man.
My
Uh,
favorite movie.
yeah, man, those things were ballers. Those Tobey Maguire films, man, they gotta show him some respect,
They
bro.
better.
Andrew Garfield. If any Spider-Man dies, I hope it's him. We will. Right, you're up. We're putting him up for sacrifice.
Absolutely.
All right.
Over the other two, 100%.
Tom Holland has to stay alive because we need more movies with him. And
They can't disrespect Toby like that.
yeah, Toby's just you can't kill him off, bro. He's like the OG Spider-Man, and too many people just have so many great memories with him.
I think they know that though. I think they know Andrew Garfield is the odd one out
For
of the
real,
Spider-Man group.
he was probably the easiest one to get back for the job too. They're like, "Hey, yo, you want to come play Spider-Man again?" He was like, they probably didn't even have to pay him. Man, I'm excited for that. All the villains, and there's gonna be so many new Marvel things coming out, man. The What If is gonna be so excited. It's gonna be an animated series, which kind of turns me off a little.
Right, but
It's
Into the
still gonna.
Spider Verse was good though.
Oh yeah, Into the Spider Verse was epic, amazing.
So hopefully they kind of they match that same level of humor and but still keeping with the action story or whatever.
Yeah,
Keeping it good. You know what I mean?
yeah. They
Good
announced
balance.
Deadpool 3 finally with MCU. Deadpool. I think it's gonna be rated R. They gotta keep it rated R.
Yeah, probably.
They got to, man.
You know that they're going like the X Men route with him, like keeping incorporating more X Men in there, or
I have no idea actually. I know that they're gonna start getting the X Men soon. I think that. Ooh, I don't even know how they're gonna incorporate the X Men. Maybe somehow with either like WandaVision or the new Doctor Strange coming out. I'm
right.
assuming because they just have so much. I see that. I've seen that WandaVision is incorporated with the Spider-Man multiverse, the Doctor Strange multiverse of madness, and also like the X Men and Fantastic Four type of thing.
Oh, the Fantastic Four! I didn't even
They announced
forgot
that
about them.
movie
Yeah,
too. They can finally get a good movie, man. They haven't gotten their justice yet.
yeah, haven't gotten it right. The old school ones were okay, but definitely the revamp was questionable.
Yeah. And then they had then there's like some speculations that there might be another Blade coming out.
Blade, those are pretty old too.
Yeah, nothing's been for real yet, but they haven't said anything official yet on that, but they've been some talks for some Blades. Obviously we know the Loki's gonna come out. That looks
Right.
like a baller series.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad he got his own thing, his own little branch off.
Yeah, did you hear about the Moon Knight series?
Oh no, I didn't
The
hear about
guy
that yet.
from Star Wars, Poe from Star Wars is gonna be playing.
Oh, dope. I know in the old Ultimate Alliance games, Moon Knight was my
Yeah,
guy.
he was the truth. And I guess they're kind of gonna go with like a mental illness route or something. That's what I saw. So that's gonna be cool. He's gonna be like battling mental illness and stuff and just beating people's ass probably. Like Batman, like the MCU's
Yeah,
Batman.
exactly.
Ironheart. It's gonna be like the new young girl Iron Man.
Oh, right,
It's
just to
cool.
keep the role.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Armor Wars with Rhodey taking over, going against
Hmm.
all the bad suits most likely. And they have some fun things like I Am Groot. It's gonna be like a new mini series.
Right.
Probably just gonna be Groot saying I am Groot
I was gonna
for like
say
3 minutes long.
that's just a money farm right there. That's just money.
For real. That's like if Star Wars made like a Chewbacca show or
Yeah.
something, you'd have no idea what the dude's saying the whole time. They should give Groot captions.
Yeah, something like that, so we can make it out, not just side characters
Oh, I
telling us.
also saw in Thor: Love and Thunder. This is like I obviously don't know shit, but I seen like on like an Instagram post or something that there might be like some sort of magic. It was either as Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor: Love and Thunder that Rocket and Groot were both going to turn into their human forms.
That might be interesting.
Yes, and it would be like the actors that play them too. So that would be interesting, but we'll see. We'll see, man.
Yeah, I
I'm
wonder
excited.
how they're gonna do that.
Yeah, MCU's got a lot cooking. They got a lot coming. Let's see if they can keep up with it because they have a lot of content that they promised, and they're used to coming out with like 3 things a year, and they just announced like 25 things over the
Right.
next
Plus,
3 years.
with everything going on, I don't know how they're
Yeah,
gonna keep up that filming like
if
that.
anybody could do it, I'll say probably Disney's the way to go. They're probably the people that can do it.
Yeah, they can get it done.
I'm excited for Spider-Man the most, probably no doubt. But Doctor Strange, like you said's up there. Black Panther 2 is going to be in with a new Black Panther, most likely. A new person taking the mantle.
Yeah, we'll see what direction they go with that too.
Yeah, man.
I'm guessing probably the sister, but
Yeah,
you
man.
never know with them, I guess.
True. They might have somebody wild take it over. They might. I don't know. Hmm. Interesting. That sucks, man. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. That's going to be it for me and Jamie this week. Thank you for listening to the Meech and Kobe podcast. We'll be back at you soon.